What up, y'all, and welcome back to Pukekohe Park Raceway here in New Zealand. This time for the 2023 NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series, 14th race of the season. We're really getting down to it here in the second half of the year, and for the first time this season, I believe. I'm going to double check that. Yep. First time this year, Logan York is on pole. York comes into this race 27th in the points, so this is a really good race to start up front for because you're trying to avoid the carnage. You're trying to get as many points as you can and maybe even have a shot at a win. He's got William Brock on his left. Road course aces Charles Sanford and Seth Cole are in row 2. Alex Ferranti, Derek Hamill, who's been known to run really well here, are in row 3. Jonathan Zorlin and Archibald Buttersworth in row 4, with Kev Shearer and Stephen Waters in row 5. Let's go through the rest of the starting lineup. You got Nate Rogers in row 6, past winner here. Andrew Rich, row 7. Oskin, row 8. Dylan Young, row 9. Fitzwater in row 10, fresh off that first road course win back in Italy. Siaj Baranauskas towards the rear. And same with Saden Davidson. So in total, the Digital Storm Cup Series has run 9 races here. This will be race number 10 in series history, and it'll be the first time since the inaugural season of 2017 where this track holds just one race. We had been doing inversion races the last 3 years, so that is over as of this year. 2018, it was where you finished was where you started for the second race. So Seth Cole won here in 2017. Deanna Jones swept in 2018. Jeff Toledo and Alex Gray won in 2020. Kev Shearer, Nate Rogers in 2021, with Dylan Young and Charles Sanford 1 year ago. So it'll be interesting to see if Seth Cole, Kev Shearer, Nate Rogers, Dylan Young, or Charles Sanford can join Deanna Jones as a 2-time winner here at Pukekohe Park, or if someone else is going to add their name to the list. Toyota has never won here in the Digital Storm Cup Series. Chevy has won here 5 times, Ford twice, Dodge twice. Green flag is out. We're underway. Zorlin makes it 3 wide. That's dangerous. A little bit of contact. Derek Hamill, a little bit of contact with Archibald Buttersworth. They keep it straight. Stephen Waters, though, is in the wall. Lane Sanders has damage. Nate Rogers has damage. Zach Flickinger, Vince Freeze is around. Trey Smith is heavily destroyed. William Brock's going to slam Charles Sanford in the Logan York in the hairpin. Zorlin's off track. In the grass he goes. Lane Sanders checks up to get down the pit road. He'll bring it down here on lap number 1. Richard Johnson, Ryan Brommer in with him. So those will be the first few cars down pit road. Oh, his contact has occurred. Brommer and Richard Johnson. Diego Yepes also down pit road. His car heavily destroyed. Trey Smith, his day is likely over. Logan York leads. William Brock second. Sanford, Seth Cole, Kev Shearer, Alex Ferranti, the top 6. Brock all over the bumper of Logan York. Sanford with Seth Cole all over his bumper. See Sanford with a little hood damage, but keeping it on the track. Derek Hamill 7th, Andrew Rich 8th, Buttersworth 9th, and Ace Rogers is 10th with some hood damage of his own. So everyone's scattering here as Ryan Brommer comes out of pit road. right with the leaders side by side. Brock checks up, backs out of it for York. Does not want to put a Toyota affiliate in that situation here on lap 3. We go through the rest of the running order, kind of see where people stand. See Nate Rogers down to 33rd with heavy damage. Oh, and Henry Sanford has had something happen to him. This was also on lap 1. This was how Yepes got his damage as well. So see, Shelton kind of bounces off of Trey Smith and then gets into Yepes and Henry Sanford. That's how Richard Johnson got tapped in the rear end by Yepes, and Henry both go rear end first into the tires. And it kills Henry's car. Yepes was able to keep going. And then you see them all piling in here in the back. Keith Rich around. Let's see, how did Trey Smith get his race-ending damage? Does he go into the tires here? Oh, he had it missed, and then he just lost traction in the grass and slid driver's side first, and you see the roof get all damaged there. And then everyone's just sliding around. Sada Davidson in another crash. Oh, there's how Brommer just impacted the rear end of Darian Tawn's car. Christian Vargas trying to find a way through this mess. Rob Evans. So that was lap 1 carnage here at Pukekohe. It is a hornet's nest behind Ryan Brommer right now. And Seth Cole's going to get slammed by Charles Sandberg, slammed by Derek Hamill. That pushes Brock off. That pushes Kev Shearer off. That pushes Ferranti into the grass. Samet Oskin slowing up. I don't know if Charles Sanford can see right now. Oh, Fitzwater gets tapped by Jesse Turner. I don't know if the 03 can see. That just shuffled everyone from second on down and let Logan York drive away. Hamill is now second, Buttersworth third, Rich fourth, Dylan Young fifth. Then Sanford with his hood all the way crumpled up, back bumper hanging off. Turner's going to make a move on him for the position. Sanford now pushing into Brommer. Fitzwater gets involved. Fitzwater's got front end damage now. Charles Sanford is going to keep going. He can't get to pit road safely. This is hectic. Turner will clear for 6th. Fitzwater's now going to look for 7th. How about Colt Hudson in 9th with teammate Ace Rogers in 10th? And Fitzwater will get by Charles Sanford here. Colt Hudson will go by Charles as well. Now Owen Miles will slam into Charles. Now Seth Cole slams into Zorlin. Now Seth Cole's out here with a crumpled front end. Now what does all of this mean for the championship? I'm sure someone's asking. What does this mean for the championship? Nate Rogers came in with a 5-point lead over Zorlin, 22 over Oskin, 33 over Kev Shearer, 42 over Charles Sanford. So Seth Cole came in 67 points back. So him and Charles are not looking too hot. Mainly because Nate Rogers has a ton of damage and is down in 30th. But Jonathan Zorlin's currently running in 12th. So back-to-back two-time defending champ Jonathan Zorlin could come out of this thing with a points lead if he doesn't get totaled. Owen Miles slamming into Charles. Zorlin slamming into Miles. Charles has a gap. He's coming to pit road. I don't even know if they're going to bother trying to fix this thing. That thing is beat up. That's going to be a tough break for Charles overall, even if he continues. Oh, and Seth Cole and Zorlin just spun out. Oh, this isn't good. Oh! Corey Riggs, Laura Chung is around. Cement Oskin's destroyed. Oh, what are they doing? There must be oil down. Shelton's around. Ribbleton. Bradley Ream. That was Carnage Incarnate. Seth Cole and Zorlin involved. That drops them several positions. Zorlin might have had a shot at a top 10, but that just went out the window. What on earth happened there? It happened so fast. And now Seth Cole will go to pit road. All right, we're taking a look at the replay. And, man, it must be a side effect of the damage. I don't know if Seth Cole could really see the corner, and he just drifted left, got into Zorlin. And they both spun out. Now, no one hits either of these two. But watch up ahead. Chung gets in the grass. Brock gets in the grass. Oskin gets in the grass. Oskin's trying to keep it out of the tires, but, oh, the rear end got grabbed. And just snags the 22, and then Riggs is around. Brock's around. Ream's around. Vargas spins out. These guys are all going towards the tires. Brock's able to drive away pretty quickly. RJ Bishop, Vince Freeze go by. Then you see Zorlin and Seth Cole driving away. Nate Rogers is going to get wrecked into this by Enzo Nareza. Shelton goes around, and Nate Rogers' race just got ended. That's huge championship implications. Shelton involved, Roy Ribbleton, Quinton Moore. I mean, this was the long one here at Pukekohe. This is a wreck we have not seen in a long time. Happened on lap 7 of all things. And Yepes drives through as well. So a lot of drivers are going to gain positions here that were behind this. And we'll have to wait and see what rest of Zorlin's race entails from this. On board with Nate Rogers. I always forget to do onboards when I'm looking at crashes for this track. I swear. Yeah, I'd say that hurt. On board with Cement Oskin. Oh, that was pretty violent. So Logan York is the leader of the race still. He has not lost it from the pole. Derek Hamill sits in second, 2.5 seconds back. He's been losing a little bit here. He's been gaining it back there. Not sure how much pace these two will have. We'll have to really see once the tire wear kicks in. Archibald Buttersworth sits in third. Really good run for him right now, the rookie driver. Dylan Young, who's won here before, he's in fourth. He won the first race last year. Andrew Rich has a crumpled front end and rear end, and he sits in fifth. Jesse Turner in sixth. Fitzwater in seventh. Damage as well on this car. A home race for Fitzwater, by the way. Closest to Australia he could get was here in New Zealand. Ace Rogers sits in eighth. Colt Hudson is ninth. And Audra Baranauskas is in 10th. Now remember, she started, I think, outside of the top 30. Or close to it. So to be running in 10th, that shows how much she has survived. Kev Shearer is 11th. As I think something just happened to Owen Miles. Because, oh yeah, he is not 12th anymore, and Cade Anderson's over here, and Saden Davidson, I think, is on pit road. Yes, he is. Well, it looks like going through the field has been cut short. So this is what occurred. You can see Cade Anderson was right here with them, and Kate just gets into Miles and taps him into Davison, turns him around, and then Ferranti had nowhere to go and gets involved as well. Darian Ton got spun out coming up to this. And that impacted 12th to 16th. It took them and it got them all involved. That's big for Zorlin. That just gained Zorlin a ton of positions. Now let's try going through the field again. A little bit has changed. Dylan Young is up to third now. Turner in fifth as Andrew Rich has been dropped to sixth. Him and Fitzwater with some damaged cars here racing for sixth place. Ace Rogers, 8th still. Colt Hudson, 9th. And Baranowskis is in 10th. Side by side through here can always be a little sketchy. Kev Shearer is in 11th. I believe he's closing in a little bit. No, never mind. Ferranti now 12th. Vince Freeze is 13th. William Brock 14th. Still hasn't pit for his damage. Owen Miles has been down. You can see that car is practically a modified now. RJ Bishop, the Daytona 500 winner, is 15th. Sorlin 16th. Vargas 17th. Rob Evans, Laura Chung, and Zach Flickinger are the top 20. Enzo Nereza 21st, Darian Ton 22nd, Ribbleton 23rd, Waters 24th, and Lane Sanders is 25th. Everyone else a lap down or out of the race. You got Corey Riggs out here 4 laps down. Richard Johnson's out here 3 laps down. So, yeah, it has been quite the carnage. Cade Anderson closing up on Logan York, approaching halfway here. Hamill has closed the gap back down a little bit. But with a lot of cars out of the race, and this being a longer one, it's a bit of a lull moment here at the halfway mark. But so with that lull moment, let's take a look at the point standings in regards to Jonathan Zorlin. Zorlin currently running 16th. Set to take the points lead over Nate Rogers. Nate gonna finish 38th. You got Seth Cole 36, Charles Sanford 39th. And then where are the other main rivals? That is the question. Samet Oskin, I forgot all about him. He's 37th. So Zorlin behind Nate by 5 points coming in, was ahead of Oskin by 17 coming in. He's going to make some really big gains on them. Now, the closest championship competitor to the... Yeah, can I talk? Hello, thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Closest championship competitor to Zorlin right now is Kev Shearer in 11th. Kev came in 28 points behind Zorlin, 33 behind Nate. Then there's Charles Sanford 5th. Andrew Rich 6th in the points, came in 61 back. He currently runs in 6th. If he can keep that car healthy enough, he could gain some good points here on the 5. Seth Cole 7th in the points out of the race. Then you got Rob Evans, who came in 74 back. Lane Sanders 83 back, and Dylan Young 84 back. Dylan Young's the next best one out of those drivers, those 3 I just named. He is sitting in 3rd, looking to gain a ton of points on Zorlin. Rob Evans is 1 position behind Zorlin in 17th, and Lane Sanders sits 25th. So that's the championship update. We got a couple of short tracks coming up on the calendar. Richmond, which sometimes is clean and sometimes things get crazy. So watch out for Richmond. And then Martinsville, we know, is going to be pandemonium. I mean, that track is just crazy, crazy. So those next two races are going to be pretty interesting. Oh, a little bit of an accordion, and Audra Baranowskis has a ton of front end damage. Oh, and she's going to turn Bradley Ream into the guardrail. Ream not for position, and Audra's taking her car down pit road. Ream taking his car down as well. That's a tough break for Audra. Was running in 9th place. She's been trying to fight her way into being locked in. Came in one position shy. 32 points behind Diego Yepes for 31st. Remember, it's 31st right now because somebody who's top 30. But Audra came in 32 behind the Yepes. Yepes was out on track still in 29th. Audra was going to gain a good amount of points there if she could have just brought it home in the top 10. Instead, she is going to gain minimal points on the 18. And she'll come back out on track. Let's see, I believe that's behind... just behind Lane, so Audra will be 25th. We'll have to see what she can do with this car. The back end's clean. It's just there's no hood on it now. More, excuse me, more hairpin problems here. Jessica Shelton gets in the sack. Flickinger and Enzo Nareza gets into Shelton. Excuse me. And both of them will head down pit road. Nareza was running in 20th, so that's a tough break to his day. Shelton's day was already going pretty poorly. She was 33rd, last of the lap down cars out on track. So Nareza will call it a day. That's unfortunate for him. And it looks like Shelton's crew will go to work. Another one bites the dust here from the hairpin. Fitzwater just barely taps into Andrew Rich, and it buckles the front nose just enough to where Fitzwater is angry, and he's going to bring it down pit road. That's a really tough break for Fitzwater, who was running inside the top 10. Set to have two great back-to-back runs. But it looks like fresh off the win at Italy, the bad luck has returned. And Vince Freeze down pit road from 10th place as well. And he's going to do the funny. So that's unfortunate for Vince. 3 laps to go here at Pukekohe Park Raceway. Since the carnage earlier on, it's pretty much tamed out. You've been just seeing kind of highlights of drivers having incidents to where they have brought their cars down pit road. Logan York has dominated this race. There has not been a soul to challenge him for the lead since the field kind of spread themselves away and shuffled the top 10 back. I think it was like lap 4 or 5, something early. And that gave Logan a 2-second lead over Hamill, and Hamill has lost time, has gained time back, but mostly he's been losing time. And coming to 2 laps to go now, Derek Hamill sits 3.5 seconds back, and really the only thing stopping Logan York here would be an incident. He's racing side by side with another Toyota affiliate, not really pushing the issue. Wishes he would be just kind of let go here. But he should get the acceleration down here on the straightaway, and he will do just that. Hamill sits in 2nd place. Great day. Another great race for him here at Pukekohe Park. Dylan Young in 3rd. Going to have a great points day with Turner 4th and Buttersworth in 5th. So that's 2 Penske cars in the top 5. Andrew Rich sits in 6th place. Ace Rogers 7th. Colt Hudson 8th. Alex Ferranti 9th. And William Brock with a ton of damage is currently in 10th. White flag is out for Logan York. It's been a long time coming for the 2019 Jerky Pro Truck Series champion. He's had a lot of good runs lately. We've seen him qualify up at the front of the field. 2 top 5s and 4 top 10s on this season so far for Logan. Career to date, prior to what is looking like will be his first career win, 6 top 5s. And if I can find them here, 15 top 10s. And Logan York is going to get it done. Off the final corner, he is a Digital Storm Cup Series winner here at Pukekohe Park Raceway. And he gives Toyota their first win at the track. It's also Toyota's second win this season. The first was Charlotte for Diego Yepes. Hamill closed the gap back down to 3 seconds. He comes home second. Dylan Young third. Jesse Turner fourth. Buttersworth in fifth. Andrew Rich, Ace Rogers, Colt Hudson, Alex Ferranti, William Brock, the top 10. Notables: Jonathan Zorlin 13th, behind Rob Evans in 12th. We still got cars finishing on track. Fitzwater will come home 18th, so not a top 10, but finishes on the lead lap. Kev Shearer came home 20th. And then some big notables here at the bottom of the running order. Seth Cole 36th, Cement Oskin 37th, Nate Rogers 38th, Charles Sanford 39th. So we've got shenanigans on pit road. But that'll do it for me here this afternoon. We've got just 7 races to go on the season. I believe next up, I will see y'all at Oswego for the Jerky Pro Truck Series race, which is a standalone event for them. And we'll kick up some dirt. So I'll see you guys then.